In my 20 years of ministry, I have heard from a lot of parents who don't know what to do when their child comes out to them. So if your child has come out to you, or if you think that they might, or you just want to be prepared just in case, here's what you need to know. First of all, it's okay if you feel overwhelmed. This can be a lot of new information all at once. You may have a ton of questions and worries, and that makes it easy to say the wrong thing. Or it might just feel so overwhelming that you get paralyzed and don't know what to say or do at all. So first, stop, take a moment and breathe. This may be new for you, but these aren't new questions. Many other parents, including a lot of Christian parents, have walked this road before you, and there are lots of resources and support groups to help you find your way. You're not alone, and God hasn't left you. Now, as a parent, you, of course, want to protect your child from harm, so your first instinct may be to try to offer advice, to lecture if you think your child is making a bad decision, or to quote relevant Bible passages, or recommend books or speakers or groups or testimonies that you hope could guide your child in the right direction. But that actually isn't the best way to start the conversation. See, no matter how good your advice is, there are two things your child needs from you before you give any advice. First, they need to hear that you love them, deeply and unconditionally, no ifs, ands, or buts. Remember, your child has been thinking about this for a long time before they told you. In most cases, they've spent a lot of time worrying about your reaction. There's a good chance they're afraid that this revelation will even change how you feel about them. So the first words out of your mouth need to be reaffirming your love for them. Give them a hug and say, I love you. Not, I love you, but not, I love you and this is my advice. Not, well, you know I love you. Simply, I love you so much. You are my child. Nothing could make me love you any less. Thank you for telling me this. Coming out to your parents can be a terrifying experience. So don't start with lectures and advice, because even if you do these things out of love, your child may interpret them as, here are the things you need to do to earn my love back. Don't make that mistake. Just offer your unconditional love and give your child a chance to breathe. There will be plenty of time for advice later. If you miss the chance to make your child feel fully loved at the start, you may lose the opportunity to offer any advice long term. Now, besides your unconditional love, the second thing your child needs right away is this. They need you to listen. See, before kids come out, they're on this journey on their own for a long time. Children who come out as gay or bisexual or transgender almost never do that as a spur-of-the-moment decision. By the time they tell you, they've probably been thinking about it for years, and that can be lonely. I mean, think about that. That is years worth of feeling different from other people, years worth of trying to change themselves to fit in, of feeling depression or frustration that they didn't think they could share with you, of wrestling with the right terminology to describe their feelings, of worrying about what you would think if you knew, and so on. They didn't come to this lightly. So before you can give any helpful guidance, you need to know what they've been through all this time. So reaffirm your love, and then give them plenty of time to share that journey with you, again, without interruptions or advice. But keep in mind, it may have been a very complicated and emotionally difficult journey. It may take time for them to be able to share all of it with you. It may not happen all in one day. And that's why it's so important for you to do a lot of listening. You don't want to short-circuit that process by jumping in with lectures and advice that make it sound like you think you already know everything and that their journey doesn't matter. That only causes kids to withdraw. So instead, let them know that you want to understand the journey that they've been on, and that you're willing to learn from them, because you do have a lot to learn about what's been going on in their head all this time. They've been going through this for years, and you need time to catch up. So invite them to share anything and everything with you as you listen without expressing any judgments. They may have made decisions you don't approve of, but this isn't the time to jump in and say, you shouldn't have done that. Good or bad, this is what they've been through. And this is your opportunity to learn more about your child and to reestablish that trust between you so that they will know that they can come to you with anything and that you will always be willing to listen and love them just as they are. Now here's something positive to remember. As scary as all this may seem to you, this is also an amazing opportunity. You get to learn about something deeply personal to your child that they haven't shared with everyone yet. If you show them that you still love them and are committed to listen and learn from them, this new chapter in your lives has the power to bring you and your child closer together than you have ever been. And that doesn't mean you're always going to agree on things, just like you haven't always agreed in the past. The key to that closeness isn't agreement. It's building trust through unconditional love and unconditional listening. Okay, but what if your child has already come out to you and that wasn't your initial response? Or what if you, for any reason, think that maybe your child doesn't feel fully loved by you, even though you did try to express it? Well, hey, right now, would be a good time to call them up and say, I am so sorry. I was focused on trying to give advice, and I don't think I did enough to listen and to show you how much I truly love you. That was wrong of me, and I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And if you're still willing, I'd like to listen to you now. Your child is always the best source of information about their own journey, but there are some other ways that you can get caught up and gain some understanding of what they might be feeling. One of the best is through other people's stories. In the description of this video, I've included some links to books and videos of stories that might give you some insight and spark some conversations with your child. You might also ask your child if they know of stories, things that have resonated with them that they would like for you to read or watch to help you understand what they've been going through. Meanwhile, as you're doing all this to understand and rebuild your relationship with your child, you also need to take care of your own emotional needs. This is not always an easy journey for parents, doubly so if you're married and your spouse responds to the news differently than you do. That can really put a strain on your marriage and on you. Regardless, you don't want this stress to affect how you respond to your child, so it's important to get support and not try to handle this all by yourself. The good news is there are a lot of resources for parents like you, including some that are specifically for Christian parents who may be struggling with what the Bible says about all this and how to balance loving their child with giving godly instruction. So I especially encourage you to get involved in a parents group. Whether that's online or offline, nothing else can beat having other people who know what it's like to offer support and to share the experience. In the end, one of the hardest parts of this for many parents is feeling helpless. You want to give your child good instruction and guidance, and if you're a Christian, you want to make sure they're aligned with God's will. And meanwhile, here they are going through something that you don't know a lot about, making choices you can't control. You want to give advice, but trying to give advice when they don't yet feel understood is just going to push them away and keep them from listening to your advice in the future. And sometimes you may not even know what the answers are yourself. This is hard as a parent. Just remember, you're not alone in this. Get support from other parents, or even personal therapy to help you work through your own fears, and focus on affirming your love for your child, listening to them, rebuilding the trust in that relationship, and keeping the lines of communication open, even if it means you sometimes have to hold your tongue about areas of disagreement. Because in the end, maintaining that relationship means that you and your child can take this journey together and learn from each other. And they will know that they can trust you with their future questions because you listened and loved them when they didn't know how you would respond.